So today we're going to check out Slate's new De-Esser. Now, this wouldn't normally be a massive fanfare because it's just a De-Esser to go inside the VMR, which is the virtual mixing rack. However, I'm a big fan of this particular De-Esser. It was a hardware unit in pretty much every studio I've ever been into. So you may recognize it. I don't know if we're allowed to say what it is a emulation of, but let's just say it's the 902. It's a really wonderful De-Esser. You can enter to win one of 3 copies of this, and we're also doing a special deal on our Slate-only mixing course, where we mixed a whole song only using Slate plugins. There's a link to that as well. Oh, and we never charge for shipping, so if somebody tells you you've won a prize, but you have to pay for it in some way, shape, or form, it certainly is not us. We never charge anyone to win prizes. So, what I have here is a song that is actually in my Slate mixing course. What's great about this 902 is it fits inside the VMR. So for those of you that don't know what the VMR is, it's the virtual mix rack. And as you can see it here, it's like a 500 series. So in my vocal chain, I have a nice, lovely empty space here, and I'm going to drop in the new De-Esser. Dun, dun, dun. Now, for those of you that are old enough to remember when there was a lot of hardware De-Essers, you'll recognize this particular device here. Things I like about it are a mix control. One of the great things about modern plugins when they emulate hardware is they can get all of the characteristic of a hardware, but then also have a control so you can use it less aggressively, which I think would be interesting. We have a TikTok account, for instance, and I just put up a video yesterday on de-essing, and somebody asked about, well, doesn't de-essing affect the overall sound of your vocal? And I realized after several questions, it's how they were using the De-Esser. If you use it really aggressively, yes, it will take off the high end of everything. Well, here is another way to control, using this mix control, how aggressive that might be, which is pretty awesome. Having blend knobs on plugins like this makes them really, really beneficial, because then you can get all of the characteristics of the hardware, but then dial it back. All right. Let's check it out. Here is my vocal.
Bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music, your guitar, I don't want it. You did me so wrong, a load of fake songs.
It's quite an aggressive vocal. She's really belting it. The compression I put on it was deliberate to have the attack. So that pop, 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 that's very deliberate to make it cut in a track. I'll let you hear the vocal in the track.
Take back your bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music, your guitar, I don't want it.
Now that's the easy De-Esser. If I take the easy De-Esser off, listen to Take Back the... Have a listen.
Take back your bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music.
Lots of stupid, all that stuff is pretty aggressive. Now let's see how the FG-DS stands up. I will listen to it. We'll take off the effects and I'll solo the vocal.
Take back your bullets and your bullshit.
See, this is a really nice thing to have, isn't it? I can tune the area that's affected. So I can select high frequency only here. Pretty awesome.
Take back your bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music, your guitar, I don't want it. You did me so wrong, a load of fake songs. Ready, aim, fire, don't open my eyes. Take back your bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music, your guitar, I don't want it. You did me so.
So you've got norm here. Let's go back to where it says norm and see if I've got too aggressive on the de-essing. It's dumb and quick and easy to use.
Take back your bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music, your guitar, I don't want it. You did me so wrong, a load of fake songs.
I'm getting up to 9 dB of de-essing. Let's bring it back on the mix.
Take back your bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music, your guitar, I don't want it. You did me so.
Okay, that was really quick and easy to use. Wow. Yeah.
Take back your bullets and your bullshit.
It reminds me of the original 902, which may or may not have been made by TBX. What? I don't know when it doesn't have the name of the product. I don't know whether you're allowed to say it or not. But yowza, there you go. Quick and easy to use. Probably be really, really good on like screaming guitars that are a bit offensive. Let's see if we can find something else. All right. I'm going to bring it in here. So if I use it just for that very, very high-ish mids, not high, but high mids, which is about, 3.26 kilohertz. Now take it off the listen mode. Bring the mix down a bit.
Ready, aim, fire. Don't open my eyes. Better back your bullets and your bullshit, your stupid music, your guitar, I don't want it. You did me so wrong. Wrote a fake song. Ready.
It's how I remember using them in the studio. 902, great de-esser from back in the day. Basically like 10 or 15 years ago, you would reach for those. Very easy to use. Don't really know what else to say, except for enter to win one of 3. Over to Matt Lang. Check it out.
Hey folks, Matt Lang here. I'm checking out the new Slate FGDS, which is the new de-esser that's part of their Everything bundle. So if you are already a subscriber of the Slate bundle, you already have it, and you can download it now, and it sounds great. I pulled it up for an example of a track of my own. It's called Quiet Symphony. It has my own vocals, so therefore nobody is going to sue me, which is an important thing. So let's just check it out, and I'm going to be using this to replace the way I did the de-essing in Quiet Symphony already. So this is just part of a verse, and what I was using previously to do the de-essing in this track was actually the FabFilter multi-band compressor. I was using my high band to basically effectively act as a de-esser. And what that sounds like is this.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down.
And let's just turn off that band of de-essing, and we're just going to close that out entirely. Here's the vocal, no de-essing at all.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down.
So we can definitely hear right around there. I mean, you can even see like that's a large S right there. But let's turn on the Slate. And here is our FGDS doing the same thing.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down.
So it is de-essing, and it works, and it's actually de-essing a little bit harder than the multi-band compressor, but that's just because I have the range set here to, I had it about 8 dB. It's nice that they give you this little label that says Norm, because, who doesn't love Norm Macdonald? But aside from that, it gives you a good metering of, normal amount of de-essing, and that's a pretty arbitrary thing, but it works. So the other thing I like a lot about this is the high frequency only mode. I don't really like de-essers that are just purely wideband because, to show you an extreme example, I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to make the range, basically as far as it'll go, and listen to the vocal now.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me.
Sounds very lispy and awkward. So the nice thing about high frequency only, it's only going to attenuate the signal above my frequency range, and I set that to be 4.8K. So now, even with the maximum amount of de-essing, which is really not something you need to do, it's going to sound a little bit smoother and less lispy.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down.
Still a bit much for me, but you can pull it off. So, and it doesn't sound absolutely awful, but I found right around 8 dB is what sounded good to me. The other thing that is nice about this, I had this, aside from that there is like a little preview mode, touch listen allows you to, it's just going to solo that frequency band when you move the frequency knob. I found this to be a helpful little feature.
To you I
So I found it very helpful just to be able to like really figure out exactly where your S's are, and it works well. So the other thing I figured I would try is pulling up another de-esser that I often use, and that's the Izotope RX de-esser from, in this case, RX9. So let's just bypass the Slate. Let's try the Izotope.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down. To you.
And it says it's doing about 7 dB of reduction right there. Let's go back to the Slate.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down. To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down.
Izotope.
To you I promise all I feel, I'll burn the beast inside that weighs me down.
So they both are very effective. I actually find the Slate to be a little bit more natural sounding. It's a little bit smoother to me, but sounds great. So realistically, if you already have the Slate bundle, just get it. You're going to love it. It just works really well as a de-esser and does exactly what you expect. If you don't have the Slate bundle, you should check it out because, just bang for the buck, the Slate bundle is actually incredible, and I love the Slate stuff. They're some of my favorite plugins. But yeah, the FGDS is a killer, simple de-esser. It's quick, does exactly what you think it's going to do, and it sounds good. So give it a look.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to enter to win one of 3 copies. Thank you, Slate, for doing that. Thank you, Matt Lang, for also demonstrating it. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, adios. And you can check out the course here. We've got a special deal on the course today, so please check that out as well.